What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I've got a brand new mystery tackle box to show you guys. So first we're just gonna open this guy up here. So this month I have a bass box to unbox. It is their normal level. So let's see what's inside. Okay guys, so the first thing we see in our box is this little cool sticker here. I'll show you a close-up of it. It's pretty funny. It says Slappy J. Finley, Lake County. That's, I think, pretty funny. So this is a pretty good essential for bass fishing. This is a bass box, so unlike last month it was an ice fishing box, but now this is a bass box. So we've got a flip and jig, which is pretty nice. It's made by Catch Co. So next thing in, the Weston Hypo Tees, real deal. They're just some nice swim baits. One of them's weighted, one of them's not. Close up of that here. So it looks like under that we have some brush bands, some jig brush guards. So it looks like this box might be a little centered around this jig. So these are pretty nice. These also look like you could probably use them as wacky things for, wacky rigs. You use a little band. There's this odd sort of thing from Catch Co here, which is the runt lure. I'll give you guys a close-up of that. It looks pretty interesting. I'm eager to test that out pretty soon. So the last lure inside the box is this Saw Craw Max Action Craw design. So I'm pretty sure this is designed to be used with the flip and jig. So I think this is pretty cool, but something that I'm going to show you guys right now is how I'm just going to choose a few of the baits and show you guys how they look in the water. So let's show you that now. Okay guys, so we have filled up the sink here. This is just going to be a small test. So the first thing we're going to be testing is the Weston Hypo Tees. We're just going to be testing one of them, so we're just going to quickly open this. I think I'm going to test the unweighted model. Actually, I'm going to test the weighted because it seems this one does not have a hook in it, so I have no way of pulling it. So I'll rig that up and show you guys. Okay, so we've set this bait up on a jig, and so one thing to be noted of is always be ready on jig heads to poke out the little paint or substance in the eyelet, otherwise you can't get your line through. So let's start testing it. So I just have it tied on a little bit of line here, and it seems that this bait has a pretty subtle action. Drops nose down, so pretty nice like that. But the subtle action is going to be good for these earlier spring months in which you don't really have, warm water. So this is going to be pretty nice, and we are going to get on to the next bait. Okay, so our next bait is the Flip and Jig by Catch Co, which we're just going to open up quickly here and tie on. So I'm thinking this is probably going to not work too well in our setup with barely any water, because we're probably only going to be able to get like one jig in before, it stops working. So this is a weedless jig, so there is a brush in front of it, in front of the hook, so you can get past most of those weeds. if you guys have really thick weeds where you live that don't even need any like hook to grab onto, like I do, this is just only sort of helpful. You're still going to have weeds on your line most of the time, but you know, nice to have, especially if the pond you're fishing at isn't too heavy on the weeds. Then you can probably just use this and not worry about it. So we're just going to start, just dig it in. Nice action. And let's get one more of this off. You're just sink straight to the bottom. Very heavy weight. Wonder if this says how much it weighs. No, it doesn't. So very nice action, weedless, as I said before. This is going to be very good for most conditions, and muddy water that you get in the spring. It's going to be pretty good because it has those natural colors, but with that that little sparkle in there, you know, this is going to work out pretty well for you. I'm also looking forward to trying this out soon. So let's get to the next bait. Okay, so our next bait is the craziest so far. It's the Runt by Catch Co. We're just going to open this up from the top here, see what it looks like. I've looked at it a little, as I showed you in the unboxing, but, you know, this looks like a very interesting lure. You can hear the rattle, for sure. So, oh, it looks like sort of like a rat, but sort of like a minnow, but sort of like a cicada. I don't know, it looks interesting. The back obviously has this feather on the treble hook. Very interesting design. It looks like this is going to be good for your more aggressive cold water bass. As I said, it is early in the spring, so the water is cold and the bass are just getting active. So we're just going to be taking this and tying it on. Actually, we only need one loop knot for this because it's not like we're casting it out anywhere. So sinks very slowly, very, very slowly, and the feather gives it a nice action. It wobbles in the water quite a decent amount. Let's just try it from over here just to test that. Yeah, so this seems like it'll work pretty well. You don't even need a trailer really for it, which you probably would want to use for the jig. So this is going to be pretty cool to try to use, but I'm betting this is going to get hooked up in a lot of weeds, which is not going to be too fun. But yeah, these are all the lures we're going to test today. Okay, so what's inside this month's box is the Flippin' Jig, which is about $4, the Runt Crankbait, which is around $8.50, the Brush Band, which are $1.50, the Saw Craw, which is $6, and the Hypo Tees, which are $12. So I'd say this is a pretty good box. A lot of them are new, Mystery Tackle Box exclusive, and one of them, the Runt Crankbait, does have a video review. Okay guys, so thanks for watching. Click here to subscribe. Click here to watch a video by our channel that YouTube recommends for you. And click here to watch our latest video. And like if you want us to try tying on like bait without a hook and testing it in the fish tank maybe. So I'll see you guys again in the next video.